Oh, good morning. It's quite lovely out here this morning. Hey, I asked the question yesterday, where are all the grasshoppers? Boy, oh boy, there were some folks from Ontario that were like, they're all here. What the hell are you talking about? So if you're looking for grasshoppers, head out east. That's where they're at. I'm certainly glad they're dealing with them. I mean, obviously it sounds like they're having like a locust style plague over there. I don't want to deal with that many, but it sure would be nice to have a few to feed the chickens. So speaking of chickens, gotta get our bucket of feed out, get those girls all topped up for the day, and then I gotta head off to work here. Come on, chickens. Come on, chickens. I'm just gonna get a little splash of grain here for the sheeps. Not too much, just enough to keep them friendly. And then I'm not gonna feed the pigs this morning, believe it or not. We checked them last night and they had like half a food bowl left of their slop. And so, surprisingly, they've been favoring the dry feed and the bulk feeder. So, well, we're gonna let them eat all that dry feed up, and then we'll continue to feed them the moist slop. That's one good way to make sure they're getting enough water in a day. But for now, it's no trouble to pack them extra water. Come on, sheeps. Here, sheep. Here, sheep. These three got it figured out. The other ones, not so much. There we go, that's better. Get your breakfast. So yesterday I said we were gonna wait 2 days for these chickens that are in the chicken tractor, and then we're gonna move them over to the chicken coop. Well, Carm come home last night, she's like, let's just move them now. So we got them all rounded up, and then we banded them. We just used colored zip ties on their legs. We banded them so we know what year they're from. And then, yeah, moved them over to the chicken house, the main chicken house. There was a little bit of, social shenanigans. Try and say that really fast. Holy man, that's a mouthful. Susie sells social Anyways, they're all moved over. Everybody's happy. They got their nonsense figured out. And I think maybe tonight we'll look at perhaps moving the broody hens and their chicks into the chicken tractor, and we'll see how that goes. Well, Clayton just stopped by with a load of bales, so we got pretty much all of the winter feed stocked up in the yard now, so that's good. I'm just running the tractor back to Hodges, so I thank them for letting us use the tractor for a couple hours to get all the bales unloaded. And then, yeah, I'll run Carmen's car back. And what time is it? Probably, it's got to be 8:30, almost 9 o'clock now. Get all the evening chores done, and then make a cup of tea. So I think tomorrow, what I'm going to try and do is take out some of that electric netting that we just got to see how far it'll stretch, and maybe run some sheep on some fresh grass. See how they like that spicy wire. And the other thing, Carmen and I looked at our main garden last night, and it's no screaming hell by any means. We knew that it wasn't going to be that great. We've kind of reconciled ourselves that this is like a 4 or 5 year garden build project just to get the soil structure and the fertility and everything kind of where we need it to be. But she had said, yeah, let's throw the netting up around the garden, let's run the pigs in there and just cut our losses. Well, I think we're going to harvest the peas and then get the carrots and stuff out. The potatoes, there's still a ton of potatoes in there. They're probably not that big yet, but there'll be a pile of them. Then we can pickle whatever we can or store for the winter. And then, yeah, we'll chuck the pigs in there and they can root and till and dig and fertilize and do all that stuff in there. Mosquitoes are out. I think it'd be too cold for mosquitoes already, but they're still out causing havoc. Anyways, yeah, so the pigs, I think that's going to be an exciting thing. So pretty interested to see what this netting is going to do. So I better get some up, not the netting, but some wire up inside the pig pen just to train them to that electric fence so that when they get in the netting, they don't go through the netting, they just start to back up. It's actually one thing I learned from, I think it was a Justin Rhodes video. He said, The electric fence really isn't a physical barrier, it's a pain barrier. So if your pig gets shocked with it the first time, you better have a real fence behind it. Otherwise it's gonna go right through that wire. And it's a very valid point. So while they're in the pig pen where they're at, it's a solid wood fence, they can't get through there. So that's where we're gonna get them all trained up. I just got all the chicken food and the pig food mixed up for tomorrow. I'm gonna run over now and check on the pigs. I haven't seen them at all today. They had tons of food left last night, so I didn't even bother feeding them this morning. Carmen checked them this afternoon and said they still had a ton of food left. So they're making the most out of the dry feed and the bulk feeder, which is good, but it's kind of hard to keep track and do math on how much they're actually eating when they're using that thing. So run over and check on them. Actually, I'm gonna check on the sheep here first while I'm right beside the shop, and then I'll run over there. Hey Richmond, how are you, buddy? Hey Jock. While we're on the way to check out the pigs, check out these sunflowers. World's worst sunflowers. There's no sun in these sunflowers, they're just leaves. I guess I just kind of hopped in the tractor and drove away too. I told you we had a hay delivery, but I never showed you what it looked like. So that's probably about 2/3 of the hay that we're going to use over the course of the winter for the cows, the sheep, the horses, everybody. Hello piggies. How are you this evening? Hi Wilbur. There's Boris. Boris is almost too big to sneak out the hole here now. If you're wondering why we want to put these pigs in the garden, look and see what they've done. Just this rooting action they've done right in front of the little house here. And look at the soil. They've mixed all this manure and organic material in. Just made this lovely, fluffy soil. This is the stuff you want to garden in, right? This is gardener's gold right here. None of that rock hard clay soil. You watched us dig potatoes out of the Most Miracle Garden the other day. You know, it was just like, I might as well have been digging in this big old rock here. But this stuff is just, oh man, you could play in this all day long. Anyhow, for as much as I'd love to stay out here all night playing in the dirt in the pig pen, it's probably time to go inside and fix up a cup of tea. So I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.